Rhinos, today's visitors at the Willows, who take the field first in front of the massed terraces of Leeds fans who are going to make this game seem like a home game for the Rhinos. The Rhinos on a crest of a wave of success which has totally put behind them their dismal start to the season when after 5 games they were unbelievably down at the bottom of Super League. Now with 8 on the bounce, they're up there with the best of them, looking for a top 5 spot. But it's the Salford Reds who are now receiving the applause from their fans. And for the Salford Reds today, it's the same team that started last week. Gary Broadbent at fullback, Nick Pinkney, Jason Webber, Chris Tassel and Martin Afire, Steve Blakely and Graham Holroyd the half-backs. And in the forwards, Neil Baines, Malcolm Alker, Jim Smith, Jason Nichol, Darren Brown and Mike Wainwright, with substitutes Paul Sullivan, Paul Heighton, Stuart Littler, John Duffy and Salford on a mini roll of their own, as it were. But the Salford definition of a roll is 2 consecutive home victories. So a tough game today for the Salford City Reds against the informed team of Super League Leeds Rhinos. 8 successive consecutive victories with the following team: Francis Cummins at fullback, 3 quarters Graham Mackay, Chev Walker, Keith Senior and Carl Pratt. Half-backs Iestyn Harris and Ryan Sheridan. In the forwards, Darren Fleary, Lee Jackson, Barry McDermott, Kevin Sinfield, David Barnhill and Andy Hay. Substitutes Darryl Powell, Jamie Matthew, Adrian Morley and Gareth Rayner. So the odds heavily in favour of the Leeds Rhinos as Blakely gets the game underway. And great travelling support from the Rhinos, it has to be said. They've made the terracing at the end that the Rhinos are attacking, they've made it their own. And indeed, they've got more Leeds Rhinos fans in the shed than Salford fans. And we have a rare thing at the Willows last few matches. We have an atmosphere. So Leeds working this ball well in the first half, and the referee seeing that was a knock-on. Adrian Morley on the bench. Salford lads, when he gets on, as I'm sure he will, he'll want to make his presence against his hometown club. Graham Holroyd's going to feed this ball from stand-off. Mike Wainwright. So Salford early on. Holroyd and Blakely change places through the game. Blakely, nice little inside one to Nichol. Oh, what a big tackle that was. Leeds fans like that one, understandably. James Smith going in at number 10, packing down as a prop, wearing number 11. Holroyd's in the line, Blakely's with him. Blakely has to step, come back inside, still releases the ball. Darren Brown, nice one inside to Webber. Webber sets off on a run, uses Pinkney. Pinkney comes back inside. Nice little kick through into space. Oh, but that was comfort. Good chase from Pinkney, but an excellent take from Francis Cummins. Francis Cummins playing on the wing if on the programme sheet. Oh, semi-risky pass on your own line. But Leeds moving the ball safely clear from their own try line onto the 20 in the first minute. Good start from both these teams. Oh, there's a clear opening, clear break. Now a chance, kick. Now the chase is on. Who can get that first? Senior is going. It's sitting up nicely. Senior, oh, but there's a knock on. The ball comes to naught. Pinkney chasing back. Perhaps did enough to put off Carl Pratt. But that was a clear opening. One missed tackle from the Salford City Reds in the Leeds 30 line, and the kick was judged to perfection. It was hanging and hanging, and unfortunately from the Rhinos' point of view, Carl Pratt wasn't able to take it cleanly. Nick Pinkney was back covering, and Pratt's taking a bad knock early on in some discomfort, but insisting that he plays on, as Salford have now to work it clear from their own 20 for the first time. Lively start to this game. Gary Broadbent sets off. Nice good run from him. Important, 12, 15 metres forward, clearing his lines. And Martin Afire's first touch. Happy just to pass it on to Neil Baines. 4 Rhinos needed to put him down. Ball goes to ground. The referee deciding that was a knock-on, although under the pressure from 4 tacklers. Hardly surprising. So, but Salford get the put in. So must have been a double knock-on there. Well, can't explain that one. Couldn't quite see from this angle. But Salford come up with the put into the scrum and the possession. Oh, nice little move from Tassel. Salford moving the ball quickly. Wainwright does well to hang on to it. He takes it forward on his own. Salford moving forward well. And Jason Nicholl seems to amble, but with great strength still goes forward like that. Leeds cover quickly though. Barry McDermott, one of the tacklers. Jason Smith tries to go on his own. Oh, so unlucky there. The Salford City Reds working well, and the Salford City Reds in the end conceding possession. The touch judge is talking to and the referee is saying that after all that it was a Leeds knock on and Salford have another chance. So the refereeing decision certainly going in favour of the Salford City Reds. The touch judge very clear that James Smith's pass taken by a Leeds man, not a Salford man, and knocked on. Oh, good defence from the Rhinos that was, and Gary Broadbent defence up so quickly. Tassel inside to a fire. The fire sets off, but big hit on him by Darren Fleary. Salford running, moving. Mike Wainwright still keeps going forward. Salford inside the 10. Leeds defence good, sound. Salford trying to find a way through. Long pass out to Holroyd. Gone pass out to Nicholl. Can't get clear because that Leeds defence was so effective, keeping Salford out from close in. Short pass from Darren Brown. James Smith still gets the ball away, and then seen the line, and Malcolm Olker is there for the first try, and that it was without a doubt Darren Brown on to James Smith, who was standing up in the tackle for what seemed like ages, stood up long enough to look for support, and Malcolm Olker was that man in support.
Still gets the ball away, and then seen the line, and Malcolm Olker is there for the first try, and that was without a doubt Darren Brown on to James Smith,
and Steve Blakely making absolutely no mistake with that one. 6-0 to the Salford City Reds. What a fabulous kick-off that was. That was brilliant. So far in the sky, giving forwards time to attack the ball. And Salford lucky to retrieve it. Darren Brown first of all, and then Broadbent as Neil Baines goes forward. Now, it's not been the best of weeks from the weather point of view. It's been cold and chilly, but today the sun's shining. And there's Darren Brown at pace. Great little spurt from him. And now the sun's shining and the temperature is rising and rising. Malcolm Olker perhaps not seeing him. But the ball goes down and Salford getting the penalty for an infringement. So the penalty is certainly going heavily in favour of the Salford City Reds in the early stages of the game. Salford on this little roll of 2 consecutive home victories and starting to put behind them that nightmare, disastrous defeat at the Hodsall Stadium, the record Super League defeat, or victory if you're a Bulls fan. And again they find themselves inside the Leeds Rhinos 20, but the defence from Leeds good. All right, to Nicholl. Nice release of the ball from Nicholl, but the cover defence so good that Broadbent can't step clear. Kevin Sinfield, one of the tacklers. Oh, great little break. Oh, and Blakely looked as though he could have gone on his own. Oh, Steve Blakely. Why didn't he go all the way? That could have been another try for the Salford City Reds. Good long pass out. Holroyd's going. And he releases the ball. Broadbent loses it. And it's picked up by the Leeds Rhinos players, but the referee's seen an infringement, brings them back for the scrum, and this time the Leeds Rhinos will feel well pleased with their period of defending, because although they've conceded one try, they prevented what could have been a second one then, when Blakely seemed as though he had the line at his mercy, and not for the first time in the last few matches decided to try to pass rather than have the confidence to go over himself. So the Rhinos have to build now in possession from inside their own 20. They have men with pace. We've seen them early on with that great attack that kicked through that came to naught. And we know that with their reputation, they've beaten all the top guns in these last few weeks. But on form, they could have the measure of this Salford City Reds. But at the moment, it's the Salford City Reds who are working like demons to keep the Rhinos at bay. Like that. Nicol and Smith. Oh, but still the ball released. Oh, that is important play, because Salford have got tacklers out. And Francis Cummins takes advantage. So inside the halfway, a kick through. That's a difficult kick. It's hanging and hanging and running and just rolls into touch. Martin Afire thinks about playing it, decides to let it go, but Salford will have the put-in on the 10, and that was Leeds' best 6. Controlled the ball well and released it importantly out of a tackle. Salford defending well, and 6-0 in the lead 10 minutes into the game. So Salford, it is taking their time to get this scrum formed. All right, onto Tassel, just takes it forward, and that's nice little important few metres forward from Tassel. Webber's trying to do the same, gets onto Pinckney. Pinckney looks to go around the outside, comes back inside, great pace from Pinckney. Went 80 metres last week to score the vital, decisive try in the second half of the Salford City Reds. Inside to Webber, who still goes the short route. Good tackling, Carl Pratt making it certain. Blakely looks for Smith, and Smith goes forward, drops the ball. Salford playing on, referee not knowing what's quite happening. Now's a chance for the Salford City Reds. Onto Afire. Afire's coming inside, he's seen open ground. Now Afire's going and going. Has to come the long way around, he's got support. Uses support, Jason Webber's there. Onto Pinckney, Pinckney has to stop. Still stays in play. Referee says he was in touch, or the touch just is. That was a fantastic attack from the Salford City Reds. It looked as though everybody was waiting for the referee to bring things back for some sort of infringement when the ball appeared during a tackle. Salford, though, took full advantage. A fire coming across field with support from Webber and Pinckney, but you have to say the cover from Leeds was absolutely superb. It needed to be, because there was nearly a second try for the Salford City Reds, and Leeds weathering this early Salford pressure, and with the sort of pace that they've shown just then on defence, we know that that's the pace that will bring tries, could bring tries as the game goes on. Given half a chance like that, tackle's not completed, and the runners for the Rhinos are there, and there's good support play, good handling of the ball. David Barnhill, great strength from him when needed. That time the Salford City Reds put him down, but good forward movement now from the Rhinos. Nicol and Holroyd made that tackle complete, and this time the Salford City Reds penalised in the tackle for infringement, perhaps not letting him get on with it quickly enough. So Iestyn Harris will give us the ball. Well, there's a treat for me. I've never touched a match ball before, but I threw that ball back. Oh, I wonder if my grandkids will be delighted to know that. Well, if they ever have any. Good line from Rhinos now. We've got men over on that side. Harris is running, comes back inside. Oh, great play. Good, strong running. Oh, the ball goes down, and Salford snap it up. That was clearly a pass intended from Chev Walker, who really had created space at that side. Created space by coming inside, eluded a tackler, and really threatened the Salford line. But Studdy's looked to pass, and Salford snapped up the loose ball and are quickly coming forward themselves. Broadbent takes a big hit, loses the ball. The referee says that's all right, so with only one boot, Gary Broadbent still going. Fantastic play from Gary Broadbent. They're all waved off. Salford have another 6. Now, can they capitalise in this position? 5 more to go. Nice pass on to Webber, but the defence from Leeds sound and solid. Jason Nicol comes the short route, speeds up, then still goes, nearly finds his way over. Great strength from Jason Nicol, and Salford again so close. Now what can they do? Inside Darren Brown and Blakely might have had half an opening. Brown put down and in the shadow of the Leeds post. Salford on attack again. Malcolm Olker goes on his own and he gets over and he scores! Oh, from close in, Malcolm Olker. The Leeds defence had 3 men on him, but the upper body strength. And Salford have come up with their second try of the afternoon. They've really had the best move of Friday night.
Oh, from close in, Malcolm Olker. The Leeds defence had 3.
Warm and generous, understandably warm and generous applause from the Salford City Reds fans who know the might that exists in the Leeds Rhinos setup. And Blakely, well, again, one doesn't count, but he had 5 out of 5 last week, 2 out of 2 this week. And 12-0 to the Salford City Reds. So the Salford City Reds going to feel well pleased with the start that they've made, because they've managed to snuff out the Leeds attacking threat so far, and with so much possession have taken advantage of their possession to score 2 important tries. Pinkney takes that comfortably. Drops the ball early on. Oh, the referee says that was a knock-on, and that is... Well, we've seen errors in the game. Pinkney won't be happy with that, because it now gives Leeds their best attacking chance so far in this game. 16 minutes into it, because they will have 6 plays inside the Salford 20. Now we will find out what the Salford City Reds defence is made up of. So, good hands, nice play. Good use of players. Chev Walker threatening early on with the very first play. Salford under pressure. Harris gets it out. Keith Senior, great strength. Nearly through. Salford put him down. Need to. Now it's coming left. Harris is there. Holds it up. Salford wrapping up the tacklers. That time it's Adrian Morley. No, it isn't. Don't be silly. It's Barry McDermott. Now Harris is there again. Little step from him. Oh, good wrapping of the ball from Olker and then Neil Baines. But great pressure on the Salford line. Now there's a chance. The runners are there. Good long pass out. A fire does enough to stop the first attack. The ball goes over to Senior from close in. Senior's going for that line, and it's the last one, and Salford have held out. Now it's the last one. What can the Rhinos do? Ryan Sheridan, little kid. Oh, look at that. Oh, now who got there? Now that's going to be tricky, because Broadbent was there.
What can the Rhinos do?
Get there soon enough. The kick,
Ryan
just the
Sheridan,
perfection.
oh, look at that. Oh, now who got there? Now what can the Rhinos
The kick
do?
through. When judged like that,
Ryan Sheridan, oh, look at that. Oh, now who got there?
the referee didn't see it that way, and it's what the referee sees that counts. The big screen may have disallowed it, but successful conversion from Harris. We think it might have been Lee Jackson, the scorer. We'll know when we see the replay on the video. We'll know whether it was offside or not. Counts for nothing. The score was given, and it's 12 points to 6. So that will certainly raise the Leeds spirits for this game, if they needed raising. Blakely's kick. Good chase from the City Reds attackers. Makes the first tackle inside the 20. Keith Senior, strong, fast, three-quarter, difficult to put down. Now if the ball goes, there's a overlap for the Rhinos. Doesn't know, and Salford make the tackles count, midfield. There was an opening, that was important. Head-high tackle, seen by Mr. Kirkpatrick, and a very quick penalty. Keeps the pressure rolling on the Salford Reds defence. The Rhinos going. Byron McDermott with the first one onto the Salford 10. That was a good line from the Rhinos. Darren Fleary. Salford putting down. Lee Jackson onto Ryan Sheridan. Running, has time to run. Harris is there. Still got a good tackling, good play from the Rhinos. Putting the pressure on the Salford City Reds defensive line. Harris is there again. Inside, strong run. And in the end, well now, the referee I think is going to decide that that was not grounded properly because of the pressure of the tackle. When it looked as though it was a straightforward push-over try, that Gary Broadbent doing just enough to dislodge the ball to prevent the try. So a real try-saving tackle from Gary Broadbent keeps Salford's lead at 12 points to 6. As Harris takes his time to go hits the Leeds line in position. So Salford come up with it on that one, come up with the safety of not conceding. 21 minutes gone, 12-6 in the lead. James Smith making ground quickly from a standing start. Quickly to the 40. Mr. Kirkpatrick pulling Leeds back. Blakely gets it out to Holroyd. Kick over, deep, running well. Francis Cummins though has plenty of time. Holroyd does enough though to stop Cummins getting into full flow. Scored some tremendous tries as Francis Cummins, long range tries. Leeds Rhinos just taking the time to get back in position, but they are now ready to go forward and pound this Salford tackling defensive line, which so far has conceded the one try. Ryan Sheridan picked that up off his toes. Oh, there's a pass into space for Sheridan. Good pass on to Pratt. Coming inside. Can't put down. Now there's a chance for Senior on the outside. Olker's going back. And Gary Broadbent's there. Good attack from the Rhinos, creating an opening. Salford on the rack again now. Harris is there, happy to offload the ball. Now it's the last one. Can Leeds convert this position? Darren Fleary passes it on to Harris. Long pass out. Well taken by Chev Walker. Still releases the ball. Kick through. Comes back off a Leeds player who was obviously accidentally offside. Had no idea where that ball was, but accidental or not, offside is the decision. And the Salford City Reds defence come up trumps in that period of play because the Rhinos were all on looking as if they were going to score at that point. Oh well, handover given. And there's been a change on the Salford City Reds side. It's Paul Southern who's come on. Jason Nicholl seems to amble sometimes, but his strength is deceptive. Darren Brown quickly onto Holroyd, who nearly saw some space, but the Rhinos defence strong and fast and meant he couldn't find it. Mike Wainwright with a kick through, comes off a Leeds player, but he wasn't playing it, so I don't think that will have any impact on who puts the ball in. So Leeds have the put in, and both teams I think happy just to have a breather. It's been 24 hectic minutes, end-to-end stuff, with Salford converting 2 of their chances, Leeds 1 so far, and a very, very good game of Super League. So, Ryan Sheridan gets it out to Harris, happy to pass it on quickly. Cummins, tackled. Chev Walker, tackled. Darren Fleary passes it on. Oh, and a good release in the tackle. Harris always probing when he runs cross field. He can push men off with so much apparent ease. What a long pass that is. That's totally changed the angle of the game, angle of the play. Keith Senior. Oh, look at that fantastic strength. And Carl Pratt, great pace. Nicol doing just enough to pull him back. Doesn't concede a penalty, might have done. Sheridan's going. Holroyd's out of it. Sheridan escapes his tacklers. Still runs and releases to Carl Pratt again. Salford defence at 6s and 7s. And this time Salford conceding the penalty for an infringement in the play the ball, flopping or preventing the play the ball being made. Salford stretched certainly in defence that time. The Leeds attack starting to gather its momentum, and Harris happy to go for the 2 points, which will be fairly certain as the water carriers come on in their numbers. And you can understand why. The sun's shining from skies that are clearing of cloud. We've not seen much sun this week at all, but the sun's shining this afternoon at the Willows. In what is without a doubt going to be a strength-sapping afternoon. And as the game goes on, it's going to be interesting to see which of these teams finish this game the stronger. Great start, 12-6 to the Salford City Reds. No mistake, 12-8. Blakely gets it underway again along the ground. Ball bounces in the end comfortably for Senior to take. And the Leeds attacking machine is in flow again. You can see them just winding themselves up. 3 plays and look, are on the 40. Barry McDermott that time. Harris is in the line. Nice, good hands. Good hands. Oh, one tackle missed. And there's a chance. The play to continue as it does. Harris looks for his runners. Oh, and look at that brilliant play from Sheridan. Created an opening from nothing. The referee waves them out, and they've got another 6 now, have Leeds. And a real chance. Jackson seemed as though he'd found a way through. Salford City Reds defence full stretch. Now there's a good attacking line for the Rhinos. Barnhill seen an opening. What a good tackle that was by Darren Brown. But pressure all from the Rhinos now. Harris is going. Can't be tackled. Won't be tackled. Still gets the ball away during the tackle. Rhinos lost a little bit of ground in that play, but it doesn't matter. They still have all the attacking momentum. Chev Walker with a little kick through. And in the end, Martin Offiah rescued the situation, but dropped the ball when he was trying to do something to clear it, and Salford will have to drop out from under. Well, no. So it must have actually been last touched by a Leeds player who was going for a try. So I think the Leeds fans are surprised by that decision. But it is a let-off for the Salford City Reds again, under the pressure from the Leeds attack. The Leeds waves of attack now are starting to mount on the Salford line. But holding firm so far in this period of the game. Wainwright looks to release, and he finds Gary Broadbent, who had half an opening, but the Rhinos tacklers close it quickly. Andy Hay, one of the tacklers. Darren Brown inside to Nicol, but Nicol received tackling from Andy Hay. Immediately got the ball. Blakely sees it now. It's Salford so unlucky. Blakely nearly creates an opening, but all of a sudden there's a chance now. There's a clear run through for Andy Hay. Can Tassel get back? Webber get back? Can anybody catch it? No, they can't. Pratt's going to go, but Pinkney's there. Fantastic defence from a Salford attack. Leeds have come up with the ball just 5 metres from the Salford line. 6 plays to go. Sheridan's there. Enormous overlap. Sheridan holds it up. Salford defence now regrouping, but a chance wasted for the Rhinos as Graham McKay tries to get over the Salford line. Salford regroup, but there's still men over. Harris is going, looks for his runners. He hasn't been in abundance. Good tackle though from the Rhino for the Salford City Reds on Jamie Matthew, who's on. I didn't see what the changes were. Now there's an overlap inside. Good tackle. Still the ball goes, and Cummins is there in support. Tackle not completed. And Francis Cummins at the end. Oh, hang on. Something's the judge is calling them back.
Inside.
Will it count or
Good
won't it?
tackle. Still the ball goes, and Cummins is there in support. Tackle not completed. And Francis Cummins at the end.
That try was started inside the Leeds 40, where the first break through the Salford line occurred. 12-10 and the lead for the first time for the Leeds Rhinos. Salford City Reds 12, Leeds Rhinos 14. Now Salford City Reds, this is their second consecutive week at home, and they're playing down here again. They should be playing the Blue Sox at the Shea, but that ground is not available, so the game has been switched to the Willows. So Salford will have their third consecutive game at home. And then Saints the week after will make it 4 in a row. But this is Leeds moving now, creating space. Harris threatening all the time. Allroyd perhaps going a bit high, but Harris still eludes his tackle. Fleary. It's the last one. There's Sheridan. Dabs his little kick through. That ball going to have to be played. Bent picks it up safely, but by that time there's a solid line of Leeds chasers who just want to bait that tackle. No way through for a fire. Tassel sets off, makes a few yards forward, but no way through for him either. Leeds, with this lead for the first time now, will be obviously wanting to keep it that way. Now there's a chance for Salford City Reds up this side. Onto Pinkney quickly. Pinkney has to step inside, does so, and releases the ball. And Webber's seen the space. Now how far can Webber go? Looking for the ball, not from his hand, and that is going to be quite clearly a put in from the Salford City Reds at the scrum. The ball knocked down, and Salford rightly getting the put in that time, but again enterprising play from the Salford City Reds, moving this ball well. The cover really was excellent from the Rhinos yet again. I think it was Keith Senior that time who made the important move. Now can he go? Where's the support? Oh, so unlucky. If only. Salford going well. Holroyd, great momentum. Oh, but fantastic tackling from the Rhinos. And there's the fire over the line. The fans behind the sticks like it. And that is great.
And there's the fire over the line.
Back at the Rhinos. It started from the previous play inside their own half. Went right along the line. The cover from the Rhinos was good. The ball knocked down Salford with the scrum. And then Wainwright. Behind the sticks like it. And that is great play from the Salford City Reds. Really coming back at the Rhinos. It started from the previous play inside their own half, went right along the line. The cover from the Rhinos was good. The ball knocked down Salford with the... for Leeds. Oh, now the Salford City Reds fans in the shed loved that one before it went through the sticks. That was a brilliant conversion from Blakely. 3 out of 3. That is most difficult one. And Salford extend the lead to 18 points to 14. Well, you do think if Salford had had this team, which is arguably their best 13 available earlier on in the season, with Martin Crompton, how different the season might have been. As it is, with their record of 6 victories from 18, it's as good as we've seen from them over the last few seasons. 1 victory in 3. Pinckney happy to take the tackle, not happy but needing to. And Paul Heighton with his first run. Big hit though on him by Kevin Sinfield. Blakely. On pass out to James Smith. Can't quite get clear, but looking to offload the ball, James Smith. Blakely. 1 pass out to Holroyd. Holroyd's seen an opening. Yes, he can get clear. Now he's got support. Has to go this side now. Pinckney's there as well. Can Pinckney go? Comes back inside and he's going and going. And that Albury's been pulled back for a forward pass from what would have been one of Salford's best tries of the season. And that is so unlucky from the Salford City Reds point of view. The referee saw that as a forward pass in the build-up. He didn't. Oh, fantastic play from the Salford City Reds though. Graham Holroyd made the opening. There were many in support. And Pinckney with his great pace again going over for a try that the referee, sadly from the Salford City Reds point of view, has pulled back for a forward pass. But enterprising play from the Salford City Reds. Must give them a lot of heart and confidence. But with 2 minutes to half-time, the Leeds Rhinos will know that a score now will give them the half-time lead. And they'll be wanting to go in front in half-time. Such a moral boosting position to be in a game as tight as this one. Salford though have their own ideas, tackling firmly, and they need to, because the weight of the Leeds pack is again now getting its forward momentum. Andy Hay, oh, ball dropped, oh, but play on, says the referee. Now there's a chance, but Wainwright makes the tackle count. Lee Jackson, and a good release of the ball to Sheridan, who's seen an opening. Holroyd though just does enough to grab him by the scruff of the neck to bring him down. It's the last one. What are Leeds going to do? He's going to go to Harris, must go to Harris. It always goes to Harris. Little kick through into space. It's running and running and running and running, and it runs dead. And safety from the Salford City Reds point of view, and frustratingly long from the Leeds point of view, right on the stroke of a first half that's given us some excellent rugby. It's given us, yet again, a first-class performance from the Salford City Reds, as indeed we saw last week against Hull. And more than that, it's given the Salford City Reds the all-important half-time lead of 18 points to 14. Now Leeds will know that they will come out the second half wanting to put things right, but for the minute the first half belongs to the Salford City Reds, and the Reds fans love what they've been seeing. 3 tries, could have been 4 but for 1 disallowed. Leeds 2 tries, could have been 4 but for 2 disallowed, and a half-time score. Happily for the Salford City Reds, the Salford City Reds 18, Leeds Rhinos 14. So some of the Rhinos fans have made it down to the other end of the ground, behind the sticks, where they will hope that all the tries will be scored in this second half. Salford though will have their say in that. Quickly underway this second half. Mick Wainwright plays a big part in this Salford pack. Southern. Salford steadily over the 40. James Smith. Ball Well, surely was not a 1-to-1, but the referee allows that to go, and the Rhinos have the first possession of the second half for them, and in a good position inside the Salford half. Good hand, Andy Hay. Nice pass out. Oh, good take by Walker. Salford wrap him up. Now, Shaden, always probing. Oh, there's a clear break. Now there's a first chance early on. Broadbent back, does just enough. Brilliant tackle on Jamie Matu. Chance created from nothing, forced his way through and leads in with a real chance. Men over this side, going for line, inside pass, but the Salford cover, absolutely brilliant, prevented the score. Leeds go, great position now with the last one, little kick through, and Salford snap it up, rescue the situation and stay in the field of play. Well, strange start to this second half, bit subdued. Salford, though, keeping their line intact, when Jamie Matthew just pumped his way through, and Gary Broadbent, though, standing solid at the last line of the Salford defence. And Darren Brown sets off at good pace from him. Deceptively fast is Darren Brown. Blakely. Oh, Tassel does well to hang on to that in the end, because Blakely's pass was well telegraphed. Now it's going to Holroyd, who makes room to put in a big kick, which is running, but well taken by Cummins. Sits up nicely for him, makes a lot of distance, good long pass out. Well taken by Pratt, great pace, but Salford wrapping up in the middle. Referee says that's all right, so Paul Heighton snaps it up, and immediately Salford have another chance now. And Salford get the penalty. Graham Holroyd's in no doubt that Steve Blakely should go for the 2 points, and you can't disagree with him. So that was an interesting start to this half. We've had 2 minutes when it looked as though Jamie Matthew with a clear run to the line might have scored, but it just was perhaps a little lacking in pace, and Gary Broadbent just watched him all the way into his defensive arms, and even then the Leeds attack just didn't quite have the ability to outwit the City Reds defence. And now it's the City Reds in the form of Steve Blakely with a chance for this penalty. 38 metres out, not quite in front. 18-14 to the City Reds. So Blakely strikes that one. It's going and going long, and it's sound and secure. 4 out of 4 for Steve Blakely, and extends the Salford lead 3 minutes into the second half to 20 points to 14. So there's the high one. Southern makes good ground to take it. Take the ball cleanly before getting to the 20 where the tackle's made. Rhinos knows a long way to go in this game yet. Not out of it. James Smith works hard and tirelessly in the Salford pack. Well tackled that time. Wainwright does the same, looks for his runners, holds it up. Horse, in great position there for Wainwright if he could have got the ball away. And Paul Heighton, takes a big hit. Good tackle on Heighton. Salford with a little kick over into space. Now this is interesting. Oh, and the ball just bounces in the end kindly. The Salford City Reds have a real chance. Onto Pinckney. Pinckney's going and going, and he gets there. Has the chance? No, but he's going to be ruled out. Oh, fantastic period of play. It looked as though Pinckney was going to score, but just ushered into touch, just at the death, after a bit of scrappy play from both teams from the Rhinos couldn't take the ball cleanly, and how important to the Salford City Reds the score would have been then, because it would have extended the Salford lead further. As it is, Leeds are there to fight again. 5 minutes into this half, only 6 points down. Fantastic play though, great quick hands from that kick over from Graham Holroyd that was well supported by Darren Brown. Now there's almost an opening. Good tackling though from Tassel and Smith together. Leeds though coming forward quickly. Brown though and Tassel make their tackle count. It was Darryl Powell who's on the field looking to turn this game for the Rhinos. Sheridan, good long pass out to Senior. She's created an opening, nearly getting clear, but some Salford defender just hanging on. It was Webber. Now it's the kick. It's high, it's hanging, it's dangerous. Who's going for it? Oh, who's going for it? It's Gary Broadbent, under enormous pressure, kept his eye on the ball and rescued a very difficult situation for the Salford City Reds. Great defence from the Salford City Reds. Great take from Gary Broadbent. Solid, sound fullback. Also in negotiations to extend his stay here at the Willows. As Martin Afire looks to find a way. Now if he can release the ball now, it's a chance. He wants to go on his own. Goes out to Pinckney though. Takes it, comes back inside. Comes the long way round. Looks for his runners. It's almost sevens. In the end, takes the tackle, running nearly 50 metres cross field. We've got to remember how hot it is out there and the effect the heat is going to have on the stamina of these players as the game goes on. James Smith doing well though. Salford City Reds fans like what they're seeing. Blakely couldn't quite get through. Now it's the last one. So it's going to Darren Brown. Darren Brown onto Holroyd. Holroyd does well to take it. Now it's the high kick. It's hanging. Gary Broadbent's up from fullback. Oh, and who does it go to? Goes to Pratt, and the referee says that's all right. Now there's a chance outside, but the Salford cover needing to be good, even in that position of the field. Pratt's raved them off, the referee, so Leeds can build again from inside their own 20. Good attack from the Salford City Reds, putting the Leeds defence under pressure, but the Leeds defence a match for it that time as Fleary just takes the ball forward. And Leeds have this roll forward, a lot of distance being made now as Harris looking to find his runners. Darryl Powell looking to create an opening, and he does though. But there's that Keith Senior out there having to take the tackle. Iestyn Harris needs some of his magic to open this Salford defence. Andy Hay, nice release of the ball, and again Chev Walker nearly finds a way through. Salford hanging on, but there's a man inside. It's Sheridan. Sheridan tries to go around. Oh, but a great interception from James Smith. Great covering from him. Gary Broadbent holding up the attack as long as he could, and in the end of it, it was enough to bring the Leeds attack to a halt. Wow, Leeds threatening, and Salford desperate defence. Desperate Salford defence doing enough to keep out the Leeds attack. Two Salford players out of it at the minute. And Pinckney's just happy to stroll inside. Broadbent's up on his feet again. James Smith is taking a breather. His try-saving interception. So that's a big kick from Graham Holroyd, but it's not going to find touch, and Cummins can start to build a Leeds attack from inside his own half, inside to Pratt. Now there's a clear chance, but Olker at times makes a tackle. So Darryl Powell looks for his runners. Doesn't have any at that moment, so Salford put him down. Harris. Oh, there's Harris's magic. Now this will be a try. Harris is going on his own. Broadbent can't put him down, and Harris makes it look so easy. How does he do it? Running across the line. There wasn't an opening. Well, if you could see one.
Oh, there's Harris's magic. Now this will be a try. Harris is going on his own. Broadbent can't put him down, and Harris makes it look so easy. How does he do?
Andy Hayes leaving the field for Leeds, and Harris makes no mistake. Class kicker, levelling the score at 20 points each. And the away support for the Rhinos really is fantastic. They're making this game almost into a home game in terms of the support for the Rhinos. But the Salford City Red fans, they've got a lot to cheer about as well. 51 minutes into the game, 20 points each. Because they recognise they're seeing a very, very, very good Salford performance in this match today. So Blakely gets it going. Cummins had time to take that one. Now the next period of play so important. The next try could be so vital. Some fresh legs there. Adrian Morley. Great pace already from him. Can't believe he's not in the starting lineup. So Leeds going forward. Jamie Matu. Put down. Good line from Rhinos. Sheridan scored some class tries for the Rhinos as Sheridan got to the last one. And it's Harris again with time to run and kick high. He's hanging. The chasers are all there. But Gary Broadbent not only took that ball, well, he made it look easy. It isn't easy. It's only when you're a class player that you can make it look easy, and then have time to set off on a bit of a run. So Salford will be happy just to, I think, ease the pressure a little bit at the moment. Nick Pinkney. Nick Pinkney, in many ways, emerging as Salford's player of the season for me. Both attacking qualities and defensive ones. So Hopke gets off at a pace. Good run for him. Got to the last one quickly. Alright, takes that one, nice little kick through into space, and he's still running, and he's still, well, now what's going to happen? Referee is going to give the knock on. Who's the first knock on? First knock on. And so, the putting goes to the Salford City Reds. First knock on was the Leeds player not having under control, so that was again Graham Holroyd changing the angle of attack, changing the tactics, the kick and run for himself, and the chase from him so important at pushing, I think it was Francis Cummins under pressure as the last line of defence at fullback. And Blakely's seen an opening, and he's got men over there. Now what can Salford do? Webber comes inside. Oh, but he gives it to Senior in defensive support. Now can Senior go the length of the field? If he can, this is going to be a fantastic try. Holroyd's there, but there's man in support, and it is going to be a fantastic try. Inside to Francis Cummins. Has got to go down as one of the tries of the season. It could be the
what can Salford do? Webber comes inside. Oh, but it gives it to Senior in defensive support. Now can Senior go the length of the field? If he can, this is going to be a fantastic try. Holroyd's there, but he's not in support, and it is going to be a fantastic try. Inside to Francis Cummins. Has got to go down as one of the tries.
The try was scored by the Rhinos right under the sticks, and the lead to them 30 points, 26 points to 20. Great try, sickener for the Salford City Reds, because in just slightly different circumstances it could have been them who had the try, and the Salford City Reds fans not downhearted by any means. No reason to be on this showing from the Salford City Reds, but it's Leeds with the lead 26-20. Senior, Pratt and Cummins there, linking up for the length of the field. Senior, Pratt, Cummins. Fantastic try. Now, Can Salford fight the way back into it? They've shown enough enterprise. Adrian Morley, as fast as he's down, he's up again playing the ball. Loses that one, this time a penalty. And Harris wants to get on with it quickly because the initiative is now all with Leeds. Lee Jackson's talking to Jamie Matthew. You have it first. He does. Salford have to defend. Harris to Fleary. Fleary strides out. Desperate tackling now from the Salford City Reds. Rhinos move it left again. Harris again to Sheridan. All his men over. Good tackle though from the Salford City Reds on Adrian Morley, far out. But tackles to spare in this attack now from the Rhinos. Here's the wonder man again. Oh, straight forward that time. Straightforward pass onto Graham McKay. Salford put him down. Telegraph pass that time. Salford have kept out Leeds for 5 tackles. Can they keep out them for 1 more? Harris. Long pass along the line. Sheridan's going to go a little kick through. Oh, well rescued that was. Great rescue for the Salford City Reds. I think it was Malcolm Olker. Salford just needing to steady themselves deep inside their own territory. Leeds with the initiative now, with the lead. Wainwright. Leeds tacklers there in numbers though. Fleary and Harris and Jackson. All right, long pass, good pass. Nichols back on. Webber's back there, back to Pinkney. Pinkney straightening up with pace and going. Great pace from Nick Pinkney. Exciting, exhilarating rugby from the Salford City Reds. Forward pass. So unfortunately that move coming to naught. Graham Holroyd seeing Blakely inside. But Nicholl again back onto the field. Actually creating space on that right hand side. Salford just regrouping slightly. I've not seen who's gone off. Darren Fleary though is going off for the Rhinos. The Salford showing in that attack that they're not out of this one. Adrian Morley. Oh, he wants to score, doesn't he? Salford putting him down forcefully. Oh, there's a smart break. Smart play from Lee Jackson. Forward pass. It's what the whole of the Salford shed thought, but not the referee, and Leeds have the attacking momentum very much so. So, Darryl Powell. Well tackled. On the 20 though. Leeds having the better of this second half. There's that man again. Does it again. How does he do it? How does he do it? Ball goes to ground. So that is going to be come back for a knock. And then it's the pressure of the Salford defending. Blakely and Broadbent congratulating each other, but an injury to one of the Leeds players in that tackle, and Salford keep their line intact in that particular period of play because they know that they're not out of it. 6 points down maybe, but that's only 1 converted try behind, and Leeds know that the game is not safe for them. Paul Southern being replaced by Neil Baines for the last 20. And I think that might be not sure who's down for the Rhinos. Is it Francis Cummins? Salford City Reds fans singing to one of their heroes today, Gary Broadbent. Yeah, Francis Cummins up again, recovering. No, it's what am I saying? It's Ryan Sheridan. So, just a minute there for us all to get our breath back. As a Leeds attack doesn't deliver a try that time, thanks to the resolute Salford City Reds defence. And Salford, though, have to work hard to get this ball out of their own 20-metre area, and nobody will do that more so than Gary Broadbent. Neil Baines in the thick of things already, but big man that he is, 3 Leeds tacklers put him down quickly. Blakely tries to find an opening. Big hit by Lee Jackson. It seemed like it was round James Smith's neck. Brings that moves a halt. Little kick over from Blakely, and Blakely is tripped, and the referee saw it, well, not as a trip, but certainly an infringement, and Salford will surely do what they did to. Now to Maffay, now can a fire go? Now is a chance. Oh, he can't get the ball away. Great defence from Leeds. And a fire being penalised for not getting on with it, and that is a shame. It's the least you can say, because Salford City Reds had some great forward momentum then. Fire perhaps frustrated that seeing, well, the Fire of old may well have scored from that, but that decision perhaps a bit harsh, because the Fire thought he was being impeded in the play the ball. Leeds regrouped and then quickly going forward. Salford need to stand firm on defence in this period of play. Well, there were Salford City Reds fans were wishing that pass to be forward. It wasn't. Sheridan's there. Molly is just the dummy runners. Harris is there again. This time, Kevin Sinfield still releases the ball. That's going to be a knock-on. And Lee's just working it, but not successfully that time. It's a turn of James Smith to have his rest. Applause to Salford fans as they applaud him for his skill and efforts as Darren Brown returns to take his place. Jason Webber can't get in the clear. Pinckney will try. No way through for him though. Difficult for wingers in those positions. Olker sells the dummy. Uses Pinckney. Pinckney does well to hang on to the ball. Can't get clear. Nice switch of direction from Olker. Jason Nicol. Strong runner and great release of the ball. Blakely though, tackled quickly. Darren Brown. Nice pass out to Webber. Big hit on Webber though. The Leeds defence has gone up a notch. It knows it needs to. Holroyd still gets in the clear. Who's it going to? Heighton. Kick over. All that was left on. Heighton chases himself, but Cummins under no pressure takes it and immediately sets off into clear empty space. Oh, drops the ball, and Salford come up with it. Jason Nicol plays on. That's all right, referee, nothing wrong with that. So Salford have the possession. Now can Salford do something? Oh, very hectic and frantic, and Heighton tries to burrow his way as he does into the 20. Great match. Darren Brown, Graham Holroyd, still going forward. Holroyd, great excitement. Blakely, and Mike Wainwright. Mike Wainwright's going for the. Oh, he's going for it. And he's there. It is. It's the equalising score. Mike Wainwright. Neil Baines going over. And it's Salford only second attack in his second half, though they've capitalised superbly. To take on the team that's had 6 victories all season for the Salford City Reds, to take on the team with 8 consecutive victories, up there in the top 5, up there with the elite, and to be level still with 15 minutes to go is a great accolade and credit to this Salford City Reds performance this afternoon. So Holroyd makes it safe, and Baines has a big hit on him. And the referee eventually deciding to award the penalty. Adrian Morley very clearly tackling high, and shortly having spoken to him just a couple of minutes ago, Adrian Morley lucky not to receive worse punishment than just the penalty. So Holroyd with the kick makes sure that Salford get touch, and Neil Baines, unbowed, goes back for more of the same treatment, this time fairly, says the referee. Darren Brown, oh, loose ball, drop ball, again another drop ball. Referee says that's all on, now there's a chance for Leeds. Gets in possession, Graham McKay gets into stride. Salford struggling to put him down, but put down Graham McKay they do. And the Salford attack switches quickly to a Leeds attack. Keith Senior that time. But Leeds going forward with momentum now. Sheridan in the line, his men over for Leeds. Oh, and there's a clear run through, and in the end, if you miss a tackle in rugby league, it becomes as easy as that. Kevin Sinfield restoring Leeds. Lead.
And there's a clear run through, and in the end, if you miss a tackle in rugby league, it becomes as easy as that. Kevin Sinfield.
Because of that great strength that he's got there, and it was a simple running. 30 points to 26 for the Leeds Rhinos. Well, there's a surprise. Harris missing a very straightforward kick. Now, will that be decisive as this game unfolds in these last crucial 10 minutes? The best games are the ones that go to the wire. Is this one going to do just that? 30 points to 26 for the Rhinos. 10 minutes left on the clock. Salford demonstrating that they're not out of it by any means. Senior, oh no, that's a good take though. Different sort of kick-off from Blakely. Jamie Matthew makes it safe though. Chev Walker needs to be tackled and is. Gets on with it quickly though. And Harris, all that ground he makes before he gets. Oh, that's fantastic rugby. Men in support. Alka though, in the end, that time the referee responding to the cries for a forward pass perhaps, or seeing it as a forward pass. Salford perhaps a bit fortunate with that decision. So Holroyd. Wainwright picks it out of the scrum. Paul Heighton. Jason Nicholl. Drugs off one, and a brilliant break from Nicholl. Where's this fantastic break from him? Ambles along it seems, and then goes forward at great pace. Brown's in the line, a Holroyd's there. Long pass out to Webber. Webber holds it up, comes back inside. Last time that position produced a try for Leeds. Not this time yet. Salford still there though. Good long pass out to Holroyd. Holroyd can't release the ball. Now it's the last one. Can Salford prize opening this Leeds defence? Blakely's there. Little kick through. Oh, but an easy take and a chance again for a Leeds try. If only Morley could have released that ball. He didn't. But now this time Salford defence slow to get back in position. Jackson's not been put down. He is now. So a great break from Jason Nicholl. Fantastic break from him. When it looked as though Leeds had put him down, he made a lot of ground. These guys must be absolutely whacked after this game. Oh, it's almost an opening from. That's an important tackle. Again, that man Harris everywhere, so elusive. That time he was put down. But with these plays down, a little kick through. Fire's going back for it, makes it safely his. Passes on to Gary Broadbent. Sets off across field, comes back inside. They lose one, but not a second tackler. Great run great clearing run before. Oh, now surely, referee, that is illegal. Lifting him up like that and dumping him. So again, another attack from Leeds. Cut out by the Salford defence. A fire chasing the kick back, and Gary Broadbent's clearing run. Brown, long pass out to Pinkney. Pinkney just steps up and comes back inside. Couldn't get clear that time. Good long shot for changing direction. Well, little kick over into space. Blakely's going. Oh, Blakely, so unfortunate to not be able to take the ball then. And now it's broken play. Can Salford keep their defensive line intact? What an exciting game. Leeds know the game isn't won. Salford know the game isn't lost, and we only have 6 minutes to do. Leeds' record of 8 consecutive victories is still holding good at this minute, but the game is not yet over. Adrian Morley taking, well, at best a flat ball. Sheridan making a lot of ground. Is Sheridan. Important tackle on Sheridan. Leeds going forward now, making a lot of ground with every play. Oh, there's a drop ball. Now can a fire go the length of the field? He's coming back inside, has to stop. Not got the pace of old. Gary Broadbent's in support. Still finds a way through, does Gary Broadbent. And still going. Fantastic play from Gary Broadbent before he's finally put down. Exhilarating stuff. Malcolm, Neil Baines gets it on to Darren Brown. And now there's pace from Webber. Now he's going inside. Now can he go all the way? Great pace from him. So unlucky, not a man in support. Fantastic play from the Salford City Reds. Darren Brown, long pass out to a fire. Fire can't elude one. Now gets on to Mike Wainwright. Mike Wainwright back to a fire. And scrambling last-ditch defence from Leeds Rhinos. That ball surely was not going to be not played properly. Knock on given a fire. A bit of frustration. And the putting will go to Leeds after a period of hectic play. Well, it started off a good and exciting game. Blakely going to be replaced by John Duffy. He started off at a cracking pace. The tempo has not dropped the whole of the game, and in these conditions it is hot out there. It really is meeting an exciting climax. Mike Wainwright has been selected as the Salford City Reds man of the match. Could have been any one of several today. But the tempo of the game is relentless right to the end. 4 minutes to go. One last score now could well settle this game, whichever way it goes. That minute it could have gone to the Salford City Reds, but it didn't, because the Leeds Rhinos defence just went up a notch, and they now have their own chance to attack deep inside their own half, but they have men who can do it. We've seen one length of the field team try from the Rhinos, and Carl Pratt can make a lot of ground before being tackled. 2 plays, Rhinos making it steadily away from their own line. Harris is there, going on his own. Great stride and step from him, but not that time eluding his tackler, Malcolm Olker. Now Sheridan's in the line, and De Hague takes the tackle. Adrian Morley. Salford putting down. 6-1. It's come so quickly. Sheridan hangs on to it. Little dab through. Gary Broadbent takes it at the second attempt and stays in the field of play. And these sort of conditions, it's who's got the both stamina now. A fire's going to go the long way round. Finds Webber inside. Webber gets on to Pinkney. Pinkney, though unfortunately that time, has to come back inside and is well and truly dumped for the second time. Unfairly, says the referee, and 3 minutes to go. Penalty goes the way of the Salford City Reds. Graham Holroyd gets on with it quickly. Well, we had 18-14 at half-time, and we've had a game that's going right to the wire, and this has really been one of the Salford's best performances of the year, of the season, without a doubt, right to the end. Paul Heighton, Salford don't have to kick yet. They've got time, they've got tackles, and they're working hard. Jason Nichol, the great breaks not too long ago, pushes his man off. Salford have openings right if it goes right. John Duffy's going forward, great pace. Good little surge from him. gets on with it quickly. Malcolm Alker's doing the same. Still going. Oh, and Darren Brown taken down off the ball. Leeds defence at full stretch. Everybody's on the toes. Salford trying to find the spaces. Out to that, inside to Gary Broadbent. Broadbent looks for somebody to pass to. It's the last one now. Can Salford? 2 minutes to go. Can they score what will be the drawing try? Little kick through. The chase is on. Who's going for it? That is great kick that time, hovering over the line. Leeds have to kick out from under the sticks. Salford will regain possession. Can they do something in the last minute of a frantic game? And the referee's now stopped the clock because he has adjudged that Leeds were time wasting. Paul Heighton is urging his teammates on. They can sense that one score now will level the scores, and they have 1 minute to do it. What a fantastic game. Leeds have been really given the fright of their lives. Oh, but there it is, all comes to naught, because from nothing, there's Leeds are going to go. Lee Jackson is going and going with support from Andy Hay, and the last try comes in the most disappointing fashion for the Salford City Reds.
Fantastic game.
Should have been the Salford City Reds. John Duffy just on the field, couldn't take it cleanly.
Really given
Malcolm Alker
the
consoles
fright
him
of their
because
lives.
it was one pass only.
Oh, but there it is, all comes to naught, because from nothing, there's Leeds gonna go. Lee Jackson is going and going, with support from Andy Hay, and the last try comes in the moment.
It's 34-26. The hooter will go imminently. Six tries to 4. And the victory now with the Rhinos. The final hooter. A fantastic afternoon of Super League Rugby League. The best game we've seen down at the Willows this season, without any shadow of a doubt. Both teams evenly matched, and for the team that's only got 6 victories this season, that is a great credit to them, because it could have been so very different. So they will know that they can pick themselves up, and next week with the Halifax Blue Sox down here for an away game that will be at home, who's to say that we can't look forward to a Salford victory then? These Rhinos will go home knowing that they've had as tough a game as they've had for many a long week, relieved to get the 2 league points. And the season rolls on. So, great afternoon of Super League, and the final score is the Salford City Reds 26 and the Leeds Rhinos 34. 1 minute to do it. What a fantastic game. Leeds have been really given the fright of their lives. Oh, but there it is, all comes to naught, because from nothing, there's Leeds going to go. Lee Jackson is going and going with support from Andy Hay, and the last try comes in the most disappointing momentum now. Sheridan in the line, he's men over to Leeds. Oh, and there's a clear run through, and in the end, if you miss a straight, excite. And Mike Wainwright's going for the... Oh, he's going for it, and he's there, it is! Hits! And there's the fire over the... Harris. Oh, there's Harris's magic.